Well, the ANC is taking the fight over cadre deployment committee documents to the Supreme Court of Appeal. The party failed to hand over documents to the Democratic Alliance by close of business today after a court last week dismissed an appeal application by the ANC. The DA is calling the latest move a panicked tactic that is doomed to fail. Let's get the view now of governance analyst Dr. Koma. A very good evening to you, Dr. Koma. Thank you so much for your time. Why do you think the ANC is fighting so hard to keep these records away from the DA?
Oh yes, I think the sense the ANC might have is that why would it take the DA, which is a political party that is serving in the opposition benches, to take the party to court to demand access to its records, minutes, and any other documentation related to the business that is conducted by its deployment committee. And remember, Tembekile, already this documentation was made available to the Zondo Commission through a subpoena. So the records were with the Zondo Commission, but I think the DA has a sense that it would be prudent for it as a political party to have access to these records. But also just to add that the Zondo Commission's finding on this particular matter is quite revealing and telling, because the Commission made a finding that the ANC's deployment policy is unconstitutional and illegal. And further, the Commission stated that it does not see any reason for the deployment committee of the ANC to exist. But we should also highlight that the findings of the Zondo Commission are yet to be reviewed and set aside by a court of law. But this is what we have regarding the issue of the ANC deployment policy. And also to add that the ANC president, Cyril Ramaphosa, already considered before the Zondo Commission, through the testimony that he presented, that there was massive system failure regarding the implementation of the ANC deployment policy and strategy within its ranks and also by extension within the state.
But Dr. Koma, if we've already got a sense of what would be in some of these minutes, as per what the State Capture Commission of Inquiry was trying to achieve, what would be the harm to the ANC if it was just to make these public anyway, especially if there's nothing to hide, nothing underhand?
Yes, I think the issue is that I think the DA wants to gain a political mileage around this, and I think the intention of the DA is to hold the ANC president accountable on this particular matter by virtue of the fact that he served as the chair of the ANC deployment committee then, because that's what we have as per the records and also the findings of the Zondo Commission. So it's a political party taking another political party to a court of law to demand access to its own internal records and documentation related to its own business, which is regulated by its own internal mechanism. So it's just a sense, I think, on the part of the ANC to say, why will an opposition party take us to a court of law? But as I said, if you read the Zondo Commission, the finding is quite clear and telling regarding this particular matter of deployment.
And the records the DA wants made public, or it wants to see at least, come from the period from 2013 when Cyril Ramaphosa, the current president of the party and the country, was then chairperson of the ANC's deployment committee. And what the DA hopes the records will achieve is prove that Ramaphosa knew of state capture or even enabled it, played a role, if you will, in how state capture and corruption flourished as per the appointments and other movements emanating from that period. Say there is something controversial in these records if they are eventually handed over to the DA. Would the argument of collective responsibility hold as far as Ramaphosa and whatever was decided in those meetings?
Quite right. So if the intention of the DA is to specifically and principally hold the president of the ANC accountable, then it is ill-advised. In the sense that accountability purposes. And also to add, the Zondo Commission's final report does make a clear finding that there is a link between ANC deployment and state capture. Okay, so that is a matter of public record. If you read the Commission's final report, that finding is provided for in the final report. So what is the point then of going all the way to court to ask for access of these records because you want to isolate and single out an individual? Because already that's what is obtaining in the Zondo Commission's final report.
Dr. Sam Koma, good to speak to you. Apologies for the poor quality of that line, but thank you very much for your time tonight.